Item hash. SCP-7024. Object class. Keter. Special containment procedures. SCP-7024 cannot be contained through conventional physical means due to its incorporeal and unseen nature during rainfall. All containment efforts are focused on detection, warning, and evacuation protocols in affected areas. Monitoring stations are to be established in regions with frequent heavy rainfall. These stations are equipped with acoustic, thermal, and electromagnetic sensors calibrated to detect SCP-7024's anomalies. During active manifestations designated SCP-7024-A events, the Foundation will initiate Operation Clear Sky, which involves immediate weather intervention, cloud seeding dispersal and atmospheric control, lockdown and evacuation of the affected zone within a 5 km radius, prohibition of all civilian outdoor activity until the rain ceases completely and all readings normalize. Any recovered remains of SCP-7024 victims are to be incinerated. Survivors reporting encounters must undergo Class I amnestic treatment following debriefing. Personnel are reminded that visual confirmation is impossible. SCP-7024's presence is detectable only through indirect indicators such as distortions in rain patterns, muffled growling, or abrupt temperature drops. Description: SCP-7024 is an unseen predatory entity that manifests exclusively during rainfall. Its size, shape, and physical composition remain unknown. However, atmospheric distortions and water displacement suggest a large, quadrupedal or serpentine body structure. When rainfall intensity exceeds 30 mm per hour, SCP-7024 becomes active within the storm system. It appears to swim through rainfall, blending seamlessly with the precipitation. Victims report hearing distorted breathing, sloshing footsteps, or whispers moments before being seized and dismembered by unseen forces. Post-event analysis reveals no biological residue, only fragments of clothing or personal items left behind. Rainwater in affected zones often exhibits unusually high levels of hemoglobin, suggesting that SCP-7024 absorbs organic matter directly through the rain. SCP-7024 appears to feed on humans exclusively, ignoring animals or inanimate objects. It exhibits a predatory intelligence, often stalking isolated individuals or groups seeking shelter. Discovery log. SCP-7024 was first recorded in Washington, following reports of multiple disappearances during a week of continuous storms. Local witnesses described screams swallowed by the rain and shadows moving in the downpour. Foundation agents embedded in NOAA detected unusual electromagnetic fluctuations consistent with unknown activity. Recovered police dashcam footage, now classified, captured a brief distortion moving rapidly through rainfall before the camera signal cut out. The patrol officer was never found. Incident log 7024 Delta. Location: Suburban Virginia, the 12th of August 20. Summary: a containment team dispatched during an SCP-7024-A event failed to report back. Thermal drones recorded large-scale movement patterns resembling a predatory chase across flooded streets. After rainfall ceased, all 5 operatives were missing. Their equipment was recovered intact, coated in moisture with high organic protein traces. Note from Dr. SCP-7024 doesn't just hide in the rain, it is the rain. Every droplet is its eye, every gust of wind its breath. We're not dealing with a creature. We're dealing with weather that eats. Attached image. Greater than the photograph above shows a recorded SCP-7024-A event site shortly before disappearance reports began. No direct visual of SCP-7024 has ever been captured. Incident log 7024 Gamma. Date: the 7th of November 2019. Location: Oregon. Weather conditions: continuous rainfall, exceeding 35 mm per hour. Event type: SCP-7024-A manifestation. Summary: during a localized SCP-7024-A event, civilian hiker Evan, age 29, was caught in heavy rainfall while returning from a forest trail near Ridge. Despite severe weather alerts, subject continued toward a nearby ranger station. At approximately 21:42, emergency services received a distorted radio transmission containing heavy static, muffled breathing, and a repeated phrase. It's looking at me, big and blue, it's everywhere. The signal abruptly ended. Approximately 5 hours later, the storm dissipated. Search teams located Evan unconscious inside a collapsed wooden shelter. Subject sustained multiple lacerations and severe hypothermia but survived. Notably, his digital camera remained intact and contained one photograph taken moments before loss of signal. Recovered data. Image file number 7024G1. The photograph depicts a blurred outline resembling a massive serpentine organism coiling through sheets of rain. Distorted blue coloration and faint reflective scales are visible under lightning illumination. Enhancement of the image revealed a crown-like ridge pattern across the creature's head. Following detailed analysis, the Foundation formally classified SCP-7024's probable appearance as a colossal cobra-like entity, with bioluminescent blue dermal patterns and a body length estimated at 18 to 24 meters. This discovery marked the first confirmed visual correlation to SCP-7024, disproving earlier theories of formless hydromous behavior. Subsequent analysis of rainfall samples confirmed elevated hemoglobin and keratin traces consistent with serpentine biology. Interview log 7024G1. Conducted the 10th of November 2019 by Dr. V. Klein. Drive. Klein. Tell me what you saw. Evan. It wasn't just in the rain, it was the rain. When lightning hit, I saw it, big, blue, shining, like a snake made of water and glass. It lifted its head and hissed. The sound came from everywhere. Dr. Klein. You said it had eyes. Evan. Yeah, two, glowing, bright as headlights. Then everything went black. I felt the whole storm look at me. Evan was later administered Class I amnestics and released under Foundation surveillance. Addendum 7024G. Following Incident 7024 Gamma, all SCP-7024 documentation was updated to reflect its cobra-like morphology. Field units are advised that SCP-7024's hood expansion may coincide with increased electromagnetic disturbance and lethal activity zones. Drive. It's not just a storm that hunts, it's a serpent that learned to hide inside the sky. Experiment log 7024 Beta. Date: the 1st of December 2019. Location: Controlled Suburban Test Zone, Oregon. Weather conditions: simulated rainfall precipitation intensity, 32 mm per hour generated via Foundation Weather Modulation Array. Objective: determine whether SCP-7024 responds to non-living human analogs, e.g., mannequins, dolls, humanoid decoys. Procedure: at 2015, Foundation operatives placed a 2.1-meter humanoid training doll TYPE-4 composite dummy at the center of an abandoned street within the expected manifestation zone. Audio and thermal sensors were concealed in surrounding vehicles and rooftops. Upon activation of the rainfall simulation, SCP-7024-A indicators, water distortion, abrupt drop in air temperature appeared after approximately 3 minutes. Thermal imaging detected a massive heat displacement pattern consistent with prior observations of SCP-7024's serpentine body form. Event timeline: 2019, distorted sloshing and low-frequency growling detected. 2021, rain patterns bend unnaturally around the test dummy, droplets begin spiraling upward. 2022, a deep, rasping voice recorded on multiple channels. Not alive, bad food. 2023, all. Atmospheric distortion ceases. SCP-7024-A indicators vanish. Rainfall returns to normal pattern. Post-event findings. No physical damage to the dummy. Rain samples displayed minimal hemoglobin content, unlike prior feeding events. Acoustic data revealed vocal origin localized directly above the test site, with modulation characteristics consistent with a male human voice, approximately 75 to 80 years old. Analysis suggests the voice possessed non-directional acoustic qualities, as though produced through the rain itself. Research notes. Drive. V. Klein. SCP-7024 rejected the decoy not because it wasn't convincing enough, but because it knew. It smelled the absence of life. That voice wasn't instinct, it was language. We're not dealing with a simple predator anymore. We're dealing with an intelligence that understands what it eats. Addendum 7024-B. This incident marks the first verified vocal communication from SCP-7024. Foundation linguistics teams have classified the phrase as Proto-English phonetic structure, suggesting SCP-7024 retains cognitive awareness and possibly human-derived memory components. Further experiments involving animate versus artificial human stimuli are suspended indefinitely pending O5 approval. Drive. Overseer comment. It spoke once. That's once too many. Experiment log 7024 Omega. Date: January 17, 2020. Location: Secure Observation Zone 19, Oregon Test District. Weather conditions: artificial rainfall initiated via Foundation Atmospheric ARRAY-7. Objective: assess SCP-7024's behavioral response toward a mechanical humanoid unit capable of movement, sound, and simulated biometric readings. Test subject. Designation: Bobby 777. Type: Autonomous Bipedal Research Platform, developed under direct supervision of O5 Command. Description: humanoid robot measuring 1.8 meters in height, equipped with a synthetic dermal layer, thermal core mimicking human body heat, and simulated pulse emotion sensors to imitate biological presence. Purpose: to determine if SCP-7024 can differentiate between genuine organic life and artificial constructs engineered to appear living. Procedure: at 22:04 local time, Bobby 777 was positioned in the center of the containment street under steady rainfall precipitation level, 34 mm per hour. Sensors surrounding the zone recorded electromagnetic anomalies consistent with SCP-7024-A manifestation after 5 minutes of exposure. Event timeline: 22:09, rapid temperature drop Delta -12 degrees Celsius. Rain begins to circle around BOBBY 777 in a vortex-like motion. 22:10, SCP-7024 detected via acoustic signature deep sloshing movements. 22:11, Bobby 777 initiates program speech, hello. Is anyone there? 22:12, prolonged silence approximately 17 seconds. Then, low-frequency vocalization recorded through rainfall. Greater than, how bad, copy of Alive. Following the statement, all distortion ceased immediately. SCP-7024 withdrew from the area without making contact or aggressive movement. Rainfall normalized within 30 seconds. Post-event analysis. No damage or disturbance to Bobby 777 or the environment. Trace organic residue. None. Electromagnetic readings suggest SCP-7024 maintained observation from within the rainfall perimeter but exhibited complete disinterest following verbal expression. Audio analysis confirms the same voice pattern recorded during Incident 7024 Beta. Estimated vocal age: 79 years. Research notes. Greater than drive. V. Klein. It didn't just ignore the robot, it judged it. SCP-7024 appears to recognize synthetic life as an offense to what it defines as alive. It's not hunger driving it anymore. It's philosophy. Greater than drive. The phrase, bad copy, implies moral distinction. The entity sees imitation as corruption. Whatever it once was, it still remembers the value of life, and resents anything that fakes it. Addendum 70240. Following this experiment, O5 Command has prohibited further use of artificial human analogs in direct proximity to SCP-7024-A manifestations. Communications Division requested authorization to attempt linguistic response experiments using directed rainfall modulation, pending approval. Greater than O5 comment. It speaks like an old man disappointed in creation. We should consider what it means if the storm remembers being human.